Hi, everyone. I hope everything is going well. We have lots of snow outside here. That is one nice thing, of course, about having the class online. I don't have to travel for a class. So we do, of course, have a very busy week ahead of us for our class. So first, remember that Project 1 is due by tonight, Monday night. So there are, of course, two components to the project. So first, there's the visual component, and that is the poster or advertisement that you are creating. And second is the written component, and that is a memo. And of course, that memo is explaining your design and design choices, the application of those principles of visual design. So I do have an example memo just to show you the formatting of a memo, along with the project instructions on Canvas. So take a look at those to make sure that you are preparing your memo, the formatting correctly. And then, of course, take a look at the instructions there for details of what you should be addressing in your memo. And of course, remember that the project is not complete without both the visual and the written components. So both of them must be included for the project to be considered complete. So of course, I do know that we have had limited time on this, and we did not have the benefit of a rough draft and a peer review. So if you have any questions about the project, make sure you do let me know. I'm trying to be prompt with getting back to you, so I'm trying to keep my email open so I can get back to you quickly. But if you're saving your questions till late in the evening, I may not be able to get back to you until tomorrow. So get back to your questions to me early if possible. Once you finish with your first project, you'll be moving on to modules 2 and 3. So module 2, evaluating resources, is a very short module, which is in preparation for module 3. And so we will be completing all of module 2 tomorrow on Tuesday, January 7th. And since project 2, which, as I said, we'll be doing project 2 in module 3. So the module 3 project, since that next project involves considerable research, our module 2 will be focusing on evaluating sources, which is, of course, very important when you're doing research. So our module 2 readings page, on that page I have some notes for you to consider about research and evaluating sources, followed by some class readings about evaluating sources. And of course, as you go through those course readings, consider not only how those can be applied to research that you are doing for this class, but also how they can be applicable to research that you might have to do in a workplace setting. Because yes, in some workplace settings, you still have to do a little bit of research, consult sources. So once you complete those readings, we have a quiz on evaluating sources, and that is due Tuesday night. And our readings discuss what's called the CRAP test for evaluating sources, CRAAP, and those stand for currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose. So those are going to be the focus of those some of those readings with evaluating sources. So then on Tuesday, we'll also be having a discussion activity in which you'll get a chance to put those principles of evaluating sources into practice by evaluating some sample sources. So I have 3 websites listed for you to examine and then evaluate those websites, applying that test for evaluating sources. So for that discussion activity, you'll practice memo formatting again. So you'll be preparing your discussion post as a short memo to the rest of your classmates. And then, of course, you will also need to respond to a couple of your classmates once you have completed your own post. So then after that, we'll be moving on to module 3. Now, of course, our next project is a guide to writing and communication in your profession. Now, this, as I said, does involve considerable research, and so many of the assignments and resources in Module 3 are meant to help you with that research and as you gather information about the writing and communication that's involved in a profession that you've chosen to focus on for this project, at least. So this assignment is an important part, of course, of how you can tailor this class toward your own career goals. Since you'll get to focus on the communication practices of a profession that you are interested in. So whether it be one that you know you're going to be pursuing, or if you're not sure, a profession that you at least are very interested in. So as you start Module 3, you should first go ahead and take a look ahead at the instructions for Project 2 so that you have a good understanding of what is involved with that project and what we're working up toward. So you might also find it helpful to watch my video discussion of Project 2, which you can find a link to that video and also a link to the instructions in the text version of this announcement. I would just note, of course, that in the recorded video of my discussion of the project, I list a word count there that I didn't update before. I updated the word count after creating the video. So just ignore the word count that I mentioned in the video and go with the word count that I have listed in the written instructions. I've made some adjustments to how long it needed to be. So after finishing Module 2 on Wednesday, then you should start Module 3 by going over the Module 3 readings and resources and then completing a quiz. And that quiz is on audience research and using graphics, which all might be applied in the upcoming project. So then for Thursday, we'll, with that, having gone through those, you'll be having a discussion activity on writing and communication in your profession, for which you will need to find at least one source. So, as I said, Wednesday, go through the main resources and readings, have the quiz, then Thursday, discussion activity. And then Friday, another discussion activity. Yes, I have a lot of discussions in this class. And so for Friday's discussion, you'll be locating and discussing 2 example documents that you might be writing in that chosen profession. Then following that, after that, we'll be having an annotated bibliography due on Saturday. So this is just kind of the quick overview. I will be going to be giving you some more details and more reminders about some of those assignments and what comes after that in another announcement, but this is already long enough. But you, of course, are certainly want to make sure, though, that you do look ahead at all of the assignment due dates on Canvas and schedule your time accordingly so that you can fit everything into your schedule, because we are on a quick pace with this class. And so as you do, though, work on finishing Project 1 today and then getting started with Modules 2 and 3, let me know if you have any questions.